So this is the just launched brand new 2022 smartphone from Samsung, the Galaxy S22. Oh, no it's not. It's a brand new edition of the S21, which released about a year ago, but it's being released about a month before the S22 flagship series of this year. Confused? Well, let's see if we can try and unravel this discombobulation. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see sneaky, hands-on S22 content, which is coming very, very soon, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you know when I post. So what is the Fan Edition? Well, Samsung first released their first Fan Edition with this here S20 FE. And it looked to bridge the gap between the premium high-end and mid-ranges, hoping to give flagship Samsung fans a taste for less. It launched about 6 months after the S20 series and provided a pretty interesting proposition for a few key reasons. Now, in order to provide a phone for less, Samsung had to make obviously some cutbacks. Some of its features were less premium than the flagship model, like the look and feel in the hand, plastic back compared to glass, a full HD display as opposed to quad HD, larger bezels, etc. But interestingly, some features were actually better. We had a larger battery, we had a Snapdragon chip everywhere, which appealed to many customers in regions like Europe, for example, where we are used to getting Exynos chipsets in Samsung devices. And the phone itself was received pretty well. Now, while I felt at the time the S20 FE was a confusing release due to being hard to place in the market, I actually feel the S21 FE is an even odder addition to Samsung's range of phones. But before we get to that, what do we actually have here? Well, up front we have a 6.4-inch 120Hz AMOLED panel. Really bright and vibrant, something you would expect from a decent Samsung device. And really, it's only the fact that it's Full HD and not Quad HD max resolution that makes it differ from the most premium handsets. But to the untrained eye, most people wouldn't really notice. I really actually like using a Samsung phone with a flat display for a change, having been on the S21 Ultra, the Note 20 Ultra, etc. over the past couple of years. That's not to say I prefer a flat display to a curved display, but it's nice to have that option. You have the strongest Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, but on the back we again have plastic. Yes, this does feel cheaper or more budget, to be polite, than the glass more premium models, but if you're going to skin or case up your phone, it may be less noticeable. And if you're a massive dropper like I am, take a look at that. That has seen some trouble. If you're like me and you're a dropper, then it's probably going to be more it is going to be more durable for you. The back also houses a triple camera setup, two 12-megapixel sensors, one wide and one ultra-wide, and an 8-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. So it's very similar to the standard S20, but the larger 64-megapixel lens on the original will allow in more light and usually therefore would provide a sharper image, especially if cropping in, than the 8-megapixel lens on the FE. But the FE does actually have 3x pure optical zoom to the 3x hybrid zoom on the S21. So at this point, it's probably more of a muchness again to the average everyday user. If we flip the phone, the 32-megapixel selfie shooter on the FE seems to offer slightly sharper images to the 10-megapixel camera on the S21. So again, this yo-yo of pros and cons between the two continues right through to the battery, for example, which is again larger on the FE model at 4,500 to the 4,000 on the standard S21. Nice to see that larger capacity, although in terms of real-world drainage, this phone is still not blessed in the battery department, and I've really got used to the stellar performance of the Pixel 6 Pro. So I did definitely notice a slight wanting towards the end of the day with this. And while we're on Pixel phones, unfortunately for the S21 FE, as good as an all-round phone as this is, it has two key sticking points. The first is price. It retails for around £700, which is more expensive than the Pixel 6, but in my opinion, I think the Pixel 6 has a better core camera, if slightly less versatile, a slightly larger battery, and stock Android if that's your preference, and only £50 cheaper than the standard S21, which is more of a premium handset. But even more damaging for Samsung is the launch timeframe. The S22 series, as mentioned, will be launched in a matter of weeks, and they will be improved devices over this. And presumably the standard S21 and the rest of the S21 series will also be reduced as a result. Whereas, because this is just launching, it probably won't be. So you may get to a point where the S21 premium device is cheaper than this, or you can get a standard S22 for a similar sort of price to this, and it's going to be a better phone. So it's just an odd decision from Samsung as a whole with the launch. The S20 FE launched, I think, around September time in 2020, some 5-6 months after the S20 standard. And that kind of made sense. It refreshed people's memories on the S20 series. It gave them a fresh take on it. And it, like I said, it was a pretty popular device. But to launch this one so close to the S22, the next round of phones, yeah, just a bit bizarre. Discombobulation is a word of the day. I've said it twice. Doesn't make any sense anymore. It's a silly word, but I'm probably going to put it in the title. Why not? What are you going to do? It's not the end yet. Get back over it. Pushing all those qualms aside, it's not all doom and gloom. The S21 FE is still a very, very compelling option. Very solid all-round camera, great display. I'm really enjoying Samsung's One UI 4.0 software over the top of Android. Very clean, customizable, and just straight fun to use. And really, if they have released this phone mid to the end of last year, then it would be very, very hard for me not to recommend it. But unfortunately, because they haven't, it's a bit more of a hard sell. Unless you can get it for a cheeky discount and then fill your boots. Fill your boots. Now, of course, if you are buying a brand new smartphone and are going to be using it for banking, online shopping, and just browsing in general, you're going to want to make sure that you are nice and secure. Since its inception, the digital world that we now find ourselves in is becoming more and more advanced with each passing day. This, of course, has huge benefits, but also, unfortunately, cybercriminality is a huge negative. And individuals that partake in that kind of activity are also becoming more and more advanced with their technologies to find and take advantage of any weaknesses or flaws within cyber systems. So you need to protect yourself, and that is where today's video sponsor, Avast, can help. Avast is a global leader in cybersecurity, helping you to keep safe your sensitive personal information, preventing viruses, and allowing you to bank, shop, and just overall browse online safely. Their newly launched Avast One software is seriously feature-rich, but crucially for a lot of you, I'm sure, is a completely free, all-in-one, comprehensive security and privacy service. It combines an antivirus system with tools to speed up your machine and an additional VPN which can help protect you against hackers, etc. And the standard essential VPN offers 5 GB of free data per week at no extra charge. You can, if you want, upgrade your essential plan, and this will also unlock some other additional features within the Avast app. As you can use the essential package completely free of charge, you may as well give it a go, see how you get on with it, and I will leave all the information and the download links in the video description below. Available on Windows, macOS, iOS, and Android, you can help increase device available storage, improve its performance, and give yourself the peace of mind that you're protected from all those nasty online thieves. Stop thieving. All right? That is so Brent. Sorry. David Brent. Like and share if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Let me know what you think of the S21 FE. Are you a fan of the fan edition? Too many fans, too many editions. Let me know if you're excited for the S22 series. I will be covering that with hands-on unboxings, reviews, etc. coming very, very soon in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So make sure you subscribe for that. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. ASBYT. Peace out.
Do just what you want.